As we age, the way our body processes food, especially sugar, begins to change. If you're over 60, what once was just a sweet treat can now silently affect your energy, your memory, your heart, and even your vision. This might sound surprising, but the truth is simple. Blood sugar spikes are more dangerous after 60 than ever before. Most people think blood sugar problems only happen to people with diabetes. But the reality is, even without diabetes, many seniors experience silent blood sugar spikes every single day, often without knowing it. These spikes are triggered by everyday foods. And sometimes they're triggered by fruits that seem healthy. That's why in this video, we're going to expose 5 common fruits that may look innocent, even healthy, but can quickly raise your blood sugar, especially in people over 60. But before we dive into which fruits to watch out for, we must understand why your body changes after 60, and why those changes can make sugar more harmful than it was in your younger years. Asterisk: as you age, your body's internal systems slow down. Think of it like a car engine. Over time, parts wear down and the engine needs more maintenance. Your metabolism, the process by which your body converts food into energy, becomes slower after 60. Your cells don't absorb sugar as quickly. And your pancreas, the organ that helps control blood sugar, may not work as efficiently as before. This means sugar stays longer in your bloodstream. Your insulin response becomes weaker, and your energy levels rise and crash more dramatically. This can cause symptoms that are easy to ignore: feeling tired after meals, sudden hunger, dizziness, or headaches, cravings for sweet or starchy foods. These are warning signs that your blood sugar is going up and down too fast, a condition sometimes called glucose variability. Why blood sugar spikes are riskier after 60. High blood sugar isn't just about diabetes. Even temporary spikes can quietly damage your health over time. For seniors, this damage can build up faster and be harder to recover from. Let's break down what sugar spikes can do. 1. Increased risk of heart disease. Sugar spikes make your blood vessels stiff and inflamed. Over time, this can increase your blood pressure and clog arteries. 2. Major risks for heart attacks or strokes in seniors. 2. Damage to eyesight. Elevated sugar affects tiny blood vessels in your eyes. This can lead to blurry vision, cataracts, or even diabetic eye disease, even if you don't have diabetes. 3. Memory loss and brain fog. Blood sugar that swings up and down can affect how your brain functions. Studies show a strong link between uncontrolled blood sugar and memory loss in older adults. 4. Fatigue and weakness. Ever felt a sudden energy crash after a meal? That's your blood sugar spiking and then dropping too fast, leaving you tired, shaky, and moody. 5. Weaker immune system. Consistently high sugar weakens your immune system, making it harder for your body to fight off infections, heal wounds, or recover from illness. These risks are even more serious for people over 60. That's why avoiding sugar spikes isn't about dieting, it's about staying independent, strong, and healthy as long as possible. Wait, isn't fruit supposed to be healthy? Yes, fruit can be healthy. It has vitamins, fiber, and antioxidants. But not all fruits are equal. Some fruits are naturally high in sugar, and not just any sugar. They contain fructose and glucose, both of which can rapidly spike your blood sugar if eaten in large amounts, or without enough fiber, protein, or fat to slow them down. And as your body becomes less efficient at processing sugar after 60 even, healthy fruits can act like candy bars inside your body. You might think, but I'm just eating a banana in the morning or a bowl of watermelon. That's healthy, right? Here's the truth. For someone under 40, that bowl of fruit might be harmless. But for a 65-year-old with slow digestion, low activity, and an aging pancreas, that same fruit can cause a big blood sugar spike. And if it happens daily, it adds up to long-term damage. The silent cycle of healthy sugar. This is where it gets tricky. Many seniors unknowingly fall into a trap. Eat a sugary fruit in the morning, like a banana, blood sugar spikes quickly, energy crashes 90 minutes later, so you feel hungry again. You reach for another quick snack, maybe toast, juice, or another fruit. Another sugar spike happens. This cycle continues all day. Without you realizing, your energy, memory, and health are being affected. That's why this video is so important, because we're going to break that cycle. We single quote LL show you which 5 fruits to avoid or eat very carefully, what happens inside your body when you eat them, safer, delicious alternatives, and how to enjoy fruit again without sugar spikes. We'll explore how sugar affects seniors differently than younger people, and what exactly happens inside your body when you eat a piece of fruit after 60. Then we'll dive deep into each of the 5 fruits to avoid, starting with one you probably eat weekly, grapes. Stick with us, because what you'll learn might completely change the way you look at fruit and could protect your health for years to come. How sugar affects seniors differently than younger adults. Aging changes everything, especially sugar metabolism. When you were 30 or even 40, your body could handle sugar in a much more flexible way. You could enjoy a piece of fruit, a slice of cake, or a glass of juice, and your body would quickly process the sugar, convert it into energy, and move on. But after 60, your body doesn't bounce back the same way. That's not your fault. It's biology. Aging naturally slows down several processes that directly affect how your body handles carbohydrates and sugar. These changes make you more vulnerable to blood sugar spikes, crashes, and long-term harm, even from foods you've always considered healthy. Let's take a closer look at why this happens. Slower metabolism means slower sugar processing. Your metabolism is the engine that turns food into usable energy. As we age, this engine slows down. Your body uses fewer calories, processes food at a slower rate, and stores energy differently, often in the form of belly fat or blood sugar. So, when you eat fruit, especially a sugary one like banana or watermelon, your body no longer breaks it down as quickly. The sugar stays in your bloodstream longer. The insulin that's supposed to move sugar into your cells might not respond as efficiently. This leads to a prolonged sugar spike, one that can silently damage your blood vessels and organs if it happens regularly. Decreased insulin sensitivity. Insulin is the hormone that helps move sugar out of your blood and into your cells for energy. As you age, your cells become less sensitive to insulin. This condition is called insulin resistance, and it's one of the leading reasons why seniors struggle with blood sugar issues. Imagine insulin as a key and your cells as locked doors. In your younger years, the key turned easily, opening the door for sugar to enter. After 60, the lock gets rusty. It takes more effort, and sometimes the key doesn't work well at all. So the sugar stays in your bloodstream, building up slowly, causing fatigue, brain fog, weight gain, inflammation, and eventually prediabetes or type 2 diabetes. And you might not even realize it, because these symptoms are often mistaken for normal aging. Muscle loss makes sugar harder to burn. As we age, we naturally lose muscle mass, a condition called sarcopenia. Muscle plays a key role in managing blood sugar because it stores and burns glucose for energy. Less muscle equals fewer places for sugar to go. This means even a small sugary snack or a piece of fruit with high natural sugar can cause a bigger spike than it would in a younger, more muscular body. And since many seniors become less active, this effect becomes even stronger. You're consuming sugar, but not burning it, and that unused sugar becomes fat or lingers in your blood. Brain becomes more sensitive to sugar swings. Your brain needs a steady supply of glucose to function, but too much or too little can have serious effects. In seniors, rapid sugar spikes followed by drops can cause confusion, irritability, poor concentration, dizziness, mood swings. This is especially risky if you already struggle with memory issues or early cognitive decline. Unstable blood sugar makes it harder for your brain to stay sharp and focused. Blood sugar impacts eyes, nerves, and kidneys faster after 60. The tiny blood vessels in your eyes, kidneys, and nerves become more fragile. Even small sugar spikes can cause inflammation or micro damage in these sensitive areas. This is why so many seniors experience blurred vision, numbness, or tingling in feet and hands. Frequent urination, kidney strain. You don't need to have full-blown diabetes for this damage to begin. Frequent sugar swings from sugary fruits, juices, and processed carbs are often enough to start the process quietly. But it's just fruit. Isn't that natural sugar? That's a very common and understandable thought. After all, fruit has fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants. But not all fruits are equal, especially when it comes to glycemic index and fructose content. Some fruits are packed with natural sugars that act just like processed sugar in your body. When eaten alone or in excess, especially grapes, bananas, watermelon, pineapple, mango, these fruits are delicious and healthy in small portions. Or when combined with fiber, fat, or protein, but on their own, they can cause blood sugar spikes in people over 60. In the upcoming sections, we'll break down how each of these fruits affects your blood sugar differently after age 60, and what you can do about it. What about fruit juice? Fruit juice, even the 100% pure kind, is especially risky for seniors. When you remove the fiber from fruit, the sugar enters your bloodstream even faster. A glass of orange juice can have the same sugar content as a soda, and most seniors drink juice in the morning when their body is naturally more insulin resistant. That creates the perfect storm for a fast spike. What to look for? Early signs sugar is affecting you. Most seniors don't realize their sugar levels are spiking. You may not feel it at all, or you may brush off the signs as just getting older. But here are a few clues that sugar may be affecting your health. You feel tired after eating fruit or meals. You wake up tired, even after a full night's sleep. You get hungry again shortly after eating. You experience blurry vision, especially in the afternoon. Your feet or hands tingle, especially in the evening. You have unexplained weight gain around your belly. If you notice 2 or more of these, your body may already be struggling with sugar swings, and the wrong fruits could be making it worse. What you'll learn next, now that you know why sugar is more dangerous after 60, it's time to explore the top 5 fruits that spike blood sugar fast, starting with one of the most surprising ones, grapes. Those small, juicy bites that almost everyone loves, but can cause a big problem for seniors when eaten in the wrong way. In the next section, we'll explore how grapes affect your blood sugar, how much is too much, and how you can enjoy them without harming your health. The hidden danger in healthy fruits. But I thought fruit was always healthy. You're not alone. For decades, we've been told to eat more fruits and vegetables. And that advice isn't wrong. Fruits do contain fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants that are important for health, especially as we age. But here's where it gets confusing. Not all fruits are equally safe, especially for people over 60. Many fruits that seem healthy can spike your blood sugar quickly, particularly when they're eaten alone without protein or fat. They're very ripe, they're juiced or blended, or you eat them in large amounts. This is what we call the hidden danger of healthy fruits. They look good. They taste natural. But inside your body, they can act just like a sugary drink, leading to silent blood sugar spikes that wear down your health over time. Natural sugar is still sugar. Fruits contain fructose and glucose, which are both natural sugars. Your body doesn't treat them that much differently than table sugar when consumed in excess or without fiber to slow the absorption. The health halo that tricks seniors. The term health halo is used to describe foods that seem healthy on the outside but carry hidden risks. Fruit is one of the most common examples, especially for seniors trying to manage energy, weight, blood pressure, or prediabetes. Here's what happens. You start your day with a banana and a glass of juice, thinking it's a healthy choice. Within an hour, your blood sugar rises fast. Your energy crashes mid-morning, leaving you tired and hungry. You reach for toast, crackers, or more fruit. The sugar roller coaster continues all day, and you wonder why you're always tired or gaining. Wait, this is not your fault. It's how your body naturally responds, especially after 60 when metabolism slows. Insulin resistance rises, and your ability to handle sugar changes. Juices, smoothies, and dried fruits. Even riskier, it's not just whole fruit that can spike your sugar. The way you consume fruit matters just as much. Fruit juice, even 100% orange or apple juice, has little to no fiber and high sugar. Just 1 cup of juice can spike blood sugar faster than a bowl of fruit. Smoothies. Blending fruit may seem healthy, but it breaks down the fiber, making the sugar easier to absorb. If you blend multiple fruits together, the sugar load increases quickly, and so does the spike. Dried fruit, raisins, dried mango, and dates are concentrated sugar bombs. A small handful can contain more sugar than a candy bar, and without the water content. They're even more dangerous for your blood sugar, the fruits you'll learn to limit. That's why in this video, we're focusing on 5 specific fruits that are most likely to spike blood sugar, even though they're often seen as healthy: grapes, bananas, watermelon, pineapple, mango. Each of these is high in natural sugar, low in fiber per portion, often eaten in large amounts, frequently consumed without a balance of protein or fat. It's not about fear, it's about smart awareness. Let's be clear. You don't have to cut out fruit completely, but if you're over 60, have prediabetes, diabetes, or just want better energy and health, you must be strategic about the fruits you choose and how you eat them. It's about understanding what your body can handle, pairing fruits with healthy fats or protein, choosing lower glycemic fruits more often, and avoiding the sugar traps that sneak in through healthy foods. What's coming next? Now that you understand the hidden danger in seemingly healthy fruits, it's time to get specific. In the next section, we'll uncover the truth about one of the most common and misleading fruits on the list: grapes. Small, sweet, and surprisingly powerful in how they affect blood sugar in seniors. You'll learn why grapes spike blood sugar so fast, how much is too much, what happens inside your body when you eat them, and how to enjoy them without harm. Small in size, big on sugar, grapes are one of the most popular fruits in the world, and it's easy to see why. They're sweet, juicy, bite-sized, and require no preparation. You just rinse and pop them in your mouth, but don't let their size fool you. Grapes may look innocent, but they pack more sugar than you might expect, and can raise blood sugar quickly, especially in seniors. In fact, among all common fruits, grapes are one of the highest in natural sugar per bite. The shocking sugar content in grapes. Let's break it down. 1 cup of grapes, about 30 to 32 grapes, equals around 23 grams of sugar. That's nearly 6 teaspoons of sugar, the same as a half can of soda, and there's almost no fiber to slow the absorption because grapes are soft and juicy. They're digested very quickly. That means the sugar hits your bloodstream fast, causing a rapid blood sugar spike followed by a crash. Worse yet, most people eat grapes mindlessly, a few here, a handful there, and before you know it, you've eaten 2 to 3 cups. That's nearly 50 to 70 grams of sugar in a sitting. Why grapes spike seniors' blood sugar so fast? As we covered earlier, when you're over 60, your insulin response slows down. Your cells absorb sugar less efficiently. You burn sugar more slowly. That means any high-sugar food, even a natural one like grapes, stays in your blood longer. Your body struggles to bring levels back down, and that leads to headaches, drowsiness, energy crashes, cravings, and long-term risks like prediabetes if you have insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, or metabolic syndrome. Grapes can be especially risky because they act almost like liquid sugar in how fast they're absorbed. Grapes have a high glycemic load. You may have heard of the glycemic index, GI, a measure of how fast a food raises your blood sugar, but the more accurate number for grapes is the glycemic load, GL, which considers both the speed and amount of sugar in a portion. Grapes have a medium to high glycemic load, meaning even a small portion can cause a noticeable rise in blood sugar, and since grapes are usually eaten in large quantities, the spike becomes significant. For seniors, this can quietly damage blood vessels, nerves, and organs, even if you feel fine in the moment. What happens in your body after you eat grapes? Let's walk through the process step by step. You eat a handful of grapes, about 1 cup minus 23 grams of sugar. Your blood sugar begins to rise within 15 to 30 minutes. Your body releases insulin to manage the sugar, but because of aging, your insulin doesn't work as efficiently. Sugar stays elevated in your bloodstream for longer than it should. Your body overcompensates, leading to a sugar crash. About an hour later, you feel tired, sluggish, or even hungry again, and may reach for more snacks. If this happens daily, it puts long-term stress on your heart, brain, eyes, and metabolism. The snack trap of grapes. Another hidden danger with grapes: they're often used as a light, healthy snack, especially while watching TV, after a walk, with tea or coffee, or before bed. But what seems like a light snack can actually be a sugar overload on an empty stomach, a trigger for late-night sugar crashes, a silent disruptor of your sleep, energy, and focus. And because grapes don't feel heavy, You may not realize how much sugar you've consumed until symptoms show up, or lab tests reveal a blood sugar problem. Nighttime danger. Grapes before bed. One common mistake many seniors make is eating grapes before bed. Here's what happens. The sugar spike gives a short burst of energy, then blood sugar crashes while you're asleep. This can cause night sweats, restlessness, waking up, tired, increased nighttime urination, headaches in the morning. If you regularly snack on grapes or fruit in the evening, it could be disrupting your sleep and spiking blood sugar silently. How to enjoy grapes without risk. You don't have to give up grapes forever. But if you love them, follow these safe senior tips. Limit to 10 to 12 grapes max, 1/2 cup. This keeps sugar under control and lets your body handle it better. Always eat grapes with protein or fat. Pair grapes with a few almonds or walnuts, a slice of cheese, Greek yogurt, unsweetened. This slows digestion and reduces the sugar spike. Avoid grapes in smoothies or juice. Blended grapes lose their fiber, and the sugar hits your bloodstream even faster. Don't eat grapes alone on an empty stomach, especially not as a first meal or late-night snack. Always pair with a balanced meal. Choose red or black grapes over green. They tend to have slightly more antioxidants and a lower sugar impact, but the difference is minor, so portion size still matters. Better alternatives to grapes. Want the sweetness of fruit without the sugar spike? Try these lower sugar, high fiber options. Fruit benefits: berries low sugar, high fiber, rich in antioxidants, blueberries, strawberries, kiwi low glycemic index, packed with vitamin C. Green apple, small slower sugar release. Fiber: ricavocadechically, a fruit, zero sugar, full of healthy fat pairs, small fiber rich, more filling, slower sugar absorption. These fruits won't spike your blood sugar as rapidly, especially when eaten with protein or fat.